What happens when a leader decides to see the truth from the ground up, only to stumble upon something they never expected? Let's dive into the story of Ethan, a determined and successful entrepreneur, and how one visit to his own retail store changed everything. Ethan Grant was a self-made man. He grew up in a modest home, worked his way through college, and built his retail business, Grant Goods, from the ground up. The store was known for affordable yet high-quality household items, and its slogan, "Made for You," resonated with families across the country. From a single store in a small town, Ethan expanded it into a chain with hundreds of locations. But as the company grew, he felt disconnected from the day-to-day operations. One morning, Ethan woke up with a nagging feeling. He had been receiving glowing reports from his executives about the company's performance, but something felt off. He knew numbers didn't always tell the whole story, so he decided to visit one of his stores undercover. Without notifying anyone, he swapped his tailored suit for jeans and a plain jacket, looking like any regular customer. His destination was store number 213, located in a bustling suburb, far from corporate headquarters. When Ethan entered the store, the first thing he noticed was the smell of fresh coffee brewing from the small cafe in the corner. The shelves were well stocked, and the store looked tidy. He felt a sense of pride, but reminded himself that he wasn't there to admire. He was there to observe. Walking down the aisles, Ethan picked up a few items: a kitchen knife set, a set of towels, and a box of light bulbs. But something odd caught his attention. The customer service counter, which was supposed to have a smiling associate ready to help, was empty. A line of 3 customers stood waiting, looking increasingly frustrated. Ethan decided to step in line to see how things were handled. After waiting for several minutes, a young man named Derek finally appeared behind the counter. He didn't apologize for the delay or acknowledge the customers who had been waiting. Instead, he leaned against the counter and muttered, "What do you want?" in a tone that was more annoyed than helpful. Ethan watched as Derek dismissed one customer's request to return a defective blender, citing an unclear receipt policy. Another customer asked for directions to a specific product, and Derek waved vaguely toward the back of the store without looking up from his phone. When it was Ethan's turn, he smiled and asked politely, "Excuse me, could you help me check the price on this item?" Derek didn't even glance at the item. "There's a scanner over there," he said, jerking his thumb toward an aisle. Ethan was stunned. This was not the experience his company promised. He thanked Derek and walked away, his mind racing. He decided to explore further and see if this was an isolated incident. Ethan approached another employee, a middle-aged man named Todd, who was busy stocking shelves. Todd immediately stopped what he was doing and greeted Ethan with a warm smile. "How can I help you today?" he asked. Ethan asked a few questions about the products, and Todd patiently answered each one, even recommending alternatives and sharing tips. Ethan could see that Todd genuinely cared about the customers and the store. Curious, Ethan struck up a casual conversation with Todd. "You seem to know a lot about this store. How long have you worked here?" "Almost 10 years, Todd replied, his face lighting up. "I love this place. The customers, the work, it feels like home to me. But to be honest, it's been tough lately. We're short-staffed, and some of the newer hires don't really care about the job. It's frustrating, but I do my best to keep things running smoothly." Ethan nodded, feeling a mix of admiration and sadness. Todd's dedication was exactly what Ethan wanted to see in his employees, but Derek's behavior was a glaring problem. Ethan thanked Todd and left the store, determined to get to the bottom of what was going on. Back at headquarters, Ethan reviewed employee records and customer feedback for store number 213. Sure enough, there were numerous complaints about rude behavior and poor service. Derek's name appeared in several of them. Ethan also discovered that Todd had been recommended for a promotion multiple times, but had been overlooked due to budget constraints. Ethan realized that his company's rapid growth had created blind spots. Policies meant to streamline operations had unintentionally made it harder for dedicated employees like Todd to succeed. while those like Derek flew under the radar. A week later, Ethan returned to Stormer 213, this time as himself. He called a meeting with the staff and revealed his undercover visit. Derek looked uncomfortable, while Todd and the others appeared curious. Ethan addressed the group, his voice steady but emotional. I started this company with a simple idea, to make life easier for people. That includes our customers and our employees. But somewhere along the way, we lost sight of that. I saw great dedication from some of you and behavior that doesn't align with our values from others. This is a wake-up call for me and for all of us. Turning to Todd, Ethan said, "Your commitment and hard work haven't gone unnoticed. Starting today, you're being promoted to assistant manager. You've earned it." Todd's eyes widened in surprise, and the room broke into applause. Then Ethan looked at Derek. This company is built on respect for each other and for our customers. If you're not willing to embrace that, this might not be the right place for you. I'm giving you a chance to prove you can do better, but the choice is yours. Over the next few months, Ethan implemented changes across the company. He introduced better training programs, increased staffing levels, and created an anonymous feedback system for employees and customers. Derek, surprisingly, took the opportunity to improve. Under Todd's mentorship, he became a more attentive and reliable employee. Ethan's experience reminded him of the importance of staying connected to the heart of his business. It wasn't just about profits or expansion. It was about the people who made it all possible. And thanks to one eye-opening visit, he was able to set things right. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.